Hey everybody, this is TotalGamerJunkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. So in this video, I actually want to give a shout out to one of my commenters, Little Orphan Emma, who told me about this. And while I was looking for it, I ended up finding it on the Nihilist Stylist on Reddit. I'll leave a link in the description below. But in this, him or it might be someone else, someone slash Pricefield, I don't know which one of them posted it, but it was on Nihilist Stylist Reddit. And it talks about this right here. You can see this image. This is from the Who is Max trailer. And the Reddit post goes on to explain what this image is, like specifically the background where Max is sitting, the war mural of the pirate, and goes on about how it's a Chloe coded war mural, sorry. And after reading it, I thought it was pretty interesting. And yes, I could see that this is what they intended, because like when I make my videos, I do my best to analyze what I can see, and so I feel a bit silly, but a bit disappointed actually that I wasn't able to notice this. But I'm glad someone made a post of this, and I'd like to share it all with you, and would like to know your thoughts and comments below. So let's get started. The post goes, "This image is shown right as the narration talks about Max's trauma, but the artwork of the pirate girl seems filled with quiet references to Chloe. Max is looking thoughtfully / wistfully at the pirate girl on the wall. Max and Chloe always imagined being pirates when they were kids together. The girl has hearts under her eyes, evoking the theme of a loved person. The girl has a blue shark tattoo on the neck, feels reminiscent of Chloe's Mr. Sharky plushie from Farewell. Right next to Max's head is the girl's skull necklace, feels reminiscent of Chloe's skull t-shirt from the first game. The girl has a cat on her shoulder dressed up as a pirate. Chloe used to dress up her cat Bongo as a pirate. The girl is firing an unloaded gun that says bang. In the first game, Chloe drew an unloaded gun and said bang." That's episode 1, where she shows Max a gun. This one is potentially a stretch, but there's a ghostly additional piece of art overlaid on the mural where a male figure seems to be holding a little girl, potentially reference to William and Chloe. Where it gets more interesting is thinking through the two chairs. The chair on the left is empty, and above it is the gun that says bang. You could argue that's a visual representation of the Bay ending. The chair is empty because Chloe is dead. The gun with the bang is what killed her. The chair on the right has Max looking at the Chloe-esque pirate. You could argue that's the Bay side of the story. Chloe is alive and Max is thinking of her. The fire in the middle is potentially a disaster that overlaps both sides of the story. In essence, the mural itself, has a bunch of clouds in the background, but note that only the left side shows any blue sky. If the left side is Bay, that's the side where Max stopped the storm, whereas the right side is covered in clouds, the Bay side where the storm still arrived. I made an earlier post about how Max's headphones song also feels very Chloe coded. It's things like this that make me hopeful that Chloe is quietly living in the undercurrents of this game. She may not be front and center, but she's still there peeking over Max's shoulder, hiding in the subtext of things for those who look more closely." Now I gotta say right off the bat, that's so cool that Nihilist noticed this, and it really shows how if you look closely at a scene from whatever trailer, you'll notice that there's all these little clues and hints that talks about the game. Like there's something in the movie industry called show don't tell. So if someone's like distressed, you can show the emotion, like how their body language is, that you don't want them to tell the audience. If they're really good at their role, they can show it through their body language. And this mural here really just shows that Bay versus Bay ending, all the stuff with Chloe. It's really cool. And actually what's interesting is what I noticed is that this war mural here, this isn't the first time we've seen it. While we don't see the mural, the scene in the trailer when Sophie asks Max, are there really alternate timelines? And Max explains to her, yes, and in one of them, you died. You can tell it's the same place because of the fireplace, which is on their face. Like the light's just reflecting, and if you look at this next scene, this was from the Square Enix website. When you search Life is Strange Double Exposure, they have one of these screenshots up there, and you can see the murals up there in the background behind Max and Chloe. And looking at the full picture, we can see there's a fireplace in the background, so and also her clothes match as well. So I think this will be very interesting for the symbolism, one side is the Sacrifice Bay ending, the other side is the Sacrifice Sacrifice Chloe. And what I think would be brilliant for what they could do, is depending on what ending you got, determines where Max sits and explains to Sophie about how she died in an alternate timeline and she's trying to save her life in this one. Now, maybe that's a little bit far-fetched, or maybe it could happen, I don't know, but I thought that would be interesting. But anyways, that's really all I have to talk about here. Link to the Reddit post in the description below. And as always, I enjoy hearing from you all and would like to know your comments below. Do you think that this theory video is a bit far-fetched, or do you think that there's actually something to it? Let me know in the comments below. This is TotalGamerJunkie, signing off.